The tenant they hated. Ada's rise. Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Ada. She was a simple girl from a humble background, living in the bustling city of Lagos. From a young age, Ada had dreamed of something more than the ordinary life she had. Every day she would balance a tray of pure water on her head, walking the busy streets shouting, "Pure water!" as cars honked and people rushed by. Her life wasn't easy, but she held on to a secret dream. She wanted to be a fashion designer. She knew deep in her heart that she was meant for something greater. But life, as it often does, wasn't kind to Ada. She worked long hours selling water, barely making enough to support herself and her younger siblings. She struggled to make ends meet, but Ada never lost sight of her dream. She saved every kobo she could, always thinking about the day when she could leave the streets behind and turn her passion into a reality. One day, Ada had saved enough money to buy a secondhand sewing machine. She packed her bags, left the streets of Lagos behind, and moved into a small Face Me, I Slap You compound, hoping for a fresh start. The struggles begin. The compound wasn't much. Ada's room was tiny, with just enough space for her sewing machine and a mattress on the floor. She began to sew at night, working in the small room, dreaming of the day she would see her designs in the world. The other tenants in the compound weren't kind to Ada. They whispered behind her back, judging her for being quiet, different, and always so focused on her work. "She's too proud," Auntie Bose would say. "She thinks she's better than us just because she's sewing." "You think she'll make it?" Mama Chica would ask, shaking her head. "She should just go and find a proper job like the rest of us." Ada heard their words, but she didn't let them discourage her. Every day she spent hours creating beautiful designs, posting them online whenever she could afford data. It wasn't easy, and there were times when Ada almost gave up, but deep inside she knew she was capable of something big. The turning point. One day, Ada got a phone call that would change her life forever. It was from Toke, a wealthy socialite who had seen one of Ada's designs on Instagram. She needed a gown for an important event, and she needed it in just 24 hours. Ada's heart raced with excitement and fear. She had never worked on such a tight deadline before, but she knew this could be her big break. So she stayed up all night, sewing by candlelight, determined to finish the gown. The tenants in the compound laughed, mocking her for working so late. But Ada didn't care. She had a dream, and she wasn't about to let anyone stop her. By morning, Ada had finished the gown. She delivered it to Toki, who was absolutely thrilled. The dress looked stunning, and Toki wore it to the event that very evening. Pictures of Toki wearing Ada's design went viral on social media. Ada's phone started ringing off the hook with orders from clients far and wide. The rise of a freelancer. Ada didn't stop there. She realized that she could turn her talent into a business. She began freelancing as a fashion designer, offering her services to clients all over the world. No longer just a girl from the streets, Ada's name was now being recognized in the fashion industry. She created beautiful custom designs for clients, working from the comfort of her own home. As her freelance business grew, Ada was able to rent a bigger apartment in a better part of town, far from the small compound where she had once been judged. She wasn't just a fashion designer anymore. She was a successful businesswoman, working on her own terms. The tenants who had once laughed at her were now amazed by her success. The return. Months later, Ada returned to the Face Me, I Slap You compound, not to stay, but to visit. She had grown into a successful freelancer, and her name was now known in the fashion world. She brought gifts for the children in the compound and gave food to the tenants. When Ada stepped out of the car, the tenants gasped in disbelief. They couldn't believe their eyes. "Hey, is that Ada?" Auntie Bose whispered. "The girl who used to sell pure water?" "Yes, it's me," Ada said, smiling warmly. "I just came to say thank you." The tenants, once critical of her dreams, now saw her for who she had always been, a girl with determination, a dream, and the courage to follow it. The lesson. And so, Ada's story became a legend in the compound. The tenants who once mocked her now spoke of her with admiration. She had shown them that no matter where you start, you could rise above your circumstances if you believed in yourself and worked hard enough. From a pure water hawker to a successful freelancer, Ada's journey was a reminder that dreams don't have to remain just dreams. They can become reality if you are willing to fight for them.
The end.
Hi, I'm Ada. People doubted me, but I didn't give up. Today, I'm here to show you that hard work, faith, and determination can make a big difference. If you're facing challenges, keep going. Your success is coming soon. If you love my life story, please like, share, and comment. Also remember, success is closer than you think. Bye.
bensound.com